I think that, we are in our 29th year, almost in our 30th year, and this past year, I think despite some of the challenges with the economy, the Legal Center has really grown. So it's been a really exciting time, I think, with work leading up to the election this fall, with new program areas, so even as new as just a few weeks ago, really jumping into the deferred action work for the young dreamers. This year we've just really grown. It's the biggest the organization has ever been. It's the most program areas we've ever worked in. We're in different parts of the state now, not just in Los Angeles. So I'd say this year has been really a year of tremendous growth.
Magandang hapon. Ano po yung magagawa ko para sa inyo?
ALIP stands for the Asian Language Legal Intake Project, and essentially what that is a legal hotline call center where different Asian immigrants, individuals can call and ask pretty much anything about their legal issues.
Hello, สวัสดีครับ
Hello ជំរាបសួរបងត្រូវការជួយខាងអីដែរបង Hello នេះហៅមក
So it's just making delivering of legal information more understood.
여보세요. 아태법률센터입니다.
For example, they received a notice on their door that they're going to get evicted in 3 days, 5 days. They have no idea what to do, and they have this number on hand. They give us a call, and they say, I got this eviction notice. Can you help me?
Dạ, chị cần giúp về vấn đề gì chị?
Well, you come on in, we'll set up an appointment with you, we'll file the response for you, and then if they even need representation, our housing attorneys can actually have the ability to go with them to court. There's just something about being able to speak to someone in your own dialect that is very comforting.
Maraming salamat po. Paalam.
On June 15th, President Obama basically announced that he's going to provide relief for undocumented youth. You will be given deferred action, which is basically kind of like a hold on deportation. What we do is we provide free legal workshops for deferred action. So we basically kind of provide information and help you out fill the information, or if you have any questions, we provide that too. And through my work, I basically connect them with different organizations that are dreamer-led, so you feel more empowered. Documenting needs to be now is to really appreciate all the struggles that you have and really get empowerment out of those struggles and really move forward with your life.
Because this is a presidential election year, a lot of people will be heading to the polls, and we expect a record number of Asian Americans to be voting. So despite this, a lot of Asian Americans really remain invisible. So the polling work that we do helps to raise the visibility of Asian Americans during election years. Our previous polling work has shown that about 1/3 to 40% of Asian American voters have limited English ability, and about 1/3 of Asian American voters actually access that language assistance provided under federal law. So providing bilingual language assistance is very necessary to ensuring that Asian Americans have access and can fully participate in the process. I do the work because I find that I really like the mix of using really technical skills, data analysis skills with really applying it towards some meaningful social change.
This fall we'll be sending out 10,000 mailers in our nonpartisan voter education and mobilization effort in 9 different languages: Korean, Chinese, Vietnamese, Japanese, Filipino, South Asian, Pacific Islander, Khmer, and Thai. I started doing electoral work when I was a college student, but I really started doing work in the API community, and particularly the South Asian community after 9/11 happened. And I was in DC at the time, and I was empowering people to vote, but no one was empowering my community to vote. No one was empowering South Asians or Muslims to get educated and get mobilized.
So in the Delano case, it's a case brought on behalf of over 40 Filipino employees at the Delano Regional Medical Center. In 2006, these Filipino nurses were all called together into a room and told that they had to refrain from speaking their native language, which is predominantly Tagalog.
With a developing story tonight, a major lawsuit filed against Delano Regional Medical Center claims the hospital discriminates against Filipino employees and creates a hostile working environment, disciplining them for not speaking English on the job.
Because we see impact litigation as something that's driven by what the community's needs are. It can be very grueling, but when you see the results that we get, it really makes it all worthwhile.
Back in the late 80s, a group of civil rights leaders and activists started talking about wanting to be more proactive. And so the Legal Center took the lead on creating a leadership development program. A lot of the same socioeconomic and political issues that actually resulted in the uprising in 1992 are the same dynamics that created and launched the LEADER program. One, a response violence, the other, a response of proactive, intentional leadership development. I have always understood the need for advocacy and policies and leadership development to support and lift up the most disenfranchised.
One time I had a relative by marriage who was Japanese Americans, and at one family gathering I said, "Sho, I know you were interned and you lost your liberty, you lost all your possessions, but if you could have foreseen that happening, what was missing from the community? What would you have wanted to see?" He said, "Stuart, we didn't have any strong community organizations that could fight for us. We didn't have lawyers who could defend us, and we didn't have people from the outside of our community, whites, African Americans, Latinos, and others, coming together and saying what is happening to Japanese Americans is wrong." And so I think in retrospect, we have tried to build, and we have been successful in building the largest Asian American public interest legal group that the United States has ever seen.